My high school counselor told me I'd never amount to anything. It was senior year when I got called into Mrs. Phillips's office. She had this permanent scowl and a way of looking at you over her glasses like she was trying to scrape you off the bottom of her shoe. I sat down, full of excitement. I'd been working on my college applications for months. MIT, Stanford, Caltech, dream schools. I'd kept a 4.0 GPA since freshman year, won the state science fair twice, and spent summers interning at university research labs. This was supposed to be the fun part. She flipped through my file like it smelled bad and said, "Well, Emily, I see you're aiming high." I nodded. "I've been working with a professor at the university. He thinks I might co-author a paper." She held up a hand. "Let me save you the disappointment." She leaned back and gave me this tired, fake, sympathetic look. "You're from a small town, no connections. Your parents are just public school teachers. Your science project was clever, sure, but not revolutionary. Schools like that want exceptional students, not just hardworking ones." Then in the most dismissive tone I've ever heard, she said, "You're simply not exceptional. You should focus on state schools." I walked out of that office feeling like I'd been drop-kicked in the chest. MIT had been my dream since I was 12. I didn't sleep for 2 nights, just spiraled. But when the panic passed, all that was left was pure spite. I submitted those applications anyway, and threw in Harvard and Princeton, just for the hell of it. Then the rejections rolled in. 1, 2, 4, waitlisted at MIT, then officially rejected. Only school that accepted me? State University. Small scholarship, local. Definitely not where I thought I'd end up. Mrs. Phillips passed me in the hallway a week before graduation and asked how it all turned out, with that look. I told her I'd be attending state. She nodded like she'd won. "I told you so, didn't I? It's better to have realistic expectations." Something inside me hardened. I didn't just want to prove her wrong. I wanted to demolish the idea that I wasn't enough. State U turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. The physics department was small but hands-on. I got real mentoring, professors who cared. By junior year, I was working on a quantum computing algorithm that started getting serious attention. One visiting professor from MIT saw my work and told me to apply to their PhD program. This time, I got in. I cried for an hour. I spent the next decade buried in research. During my PhD, I began work on what would become the breakthrough of my career, a method of stabilizing quantum entanglement to revolutionize secure communication and computing. It made waves, headlines. Eventually, it made history. At 41, I got the call from Stockholm, Nobel Prize in Physics. At first, I thought it was a prank. People don't just get those, not people like me, but it was real. After the ceremony, I went home, dug through a box of old papers, and pulled out every rejection letter. Every "we regret to inform you," every "not a good fit." I even found the note Mrs. Phillips had written in my counselor file. Emily should accept her limitations. I framed them in a perfect circle, around my Nobel certificate. I had a professional photo taken of the whole setup. Then I wrote a short note. "Thank you for your guidance. Dr. Emily Chen, Nobel laureate." I mailed it to the high school. A month later, I got a reply. She'd retired years ago, but the school forwarded the package. Her letter read, "I always knew you had potential. I'm so proud to have been your counselor." I laughed so hard I cried. Then I framed that too. It hangs in my office at MIT, where I now run the quantum computing department. Not bad for someone who wasn't exceptional. Every graduation, I tell students, never let anyone define your ceiling, especially not the people who are supposed to lift you up. The most dangerous voice you'll ever hear is the one that says, "You can't." Mine just happened to fit perfectly inside a Nobel Prize ring.